What's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel Xman Co. Today we're making a beautiful chicken roll wrapped in bacon, some goodies inside, rotisserie style. Guys, today's cook's going to be very simple but so delicious. Let me introduce you guys to all our ingredients right here that we're going to use today. As always, they will be listed in the description below for you to check later. We got some mozzarella cheese, we got an orange, we got our favorite sauce over here. We also have a spice. Now for you guys that do not know yet, it's exciting times for Xman Co. We are working on a new spice range that we're going to launch in the next 6-7 weeks. You guys will be able to buy it online if you feel so, and it's going to be brilliant. So with that said, let's move on. We also have some bacon here and some cooked ham. Most importantly, the star of the show, we've got 4 chicken breasts here today. Right, first things first, let's sort out our chicken breasts. Now guys, we always pat them down, so what we're going to do, just going to put it over here on our towel that you have here in front of us. Then you just want to pat them down lightly. You don't have to go too crazy. Once they're patted down, we can get rid of all the excess fat if there's any. You see these pieces here, we don't like that, so we're just going to remove all the very white pieces on this chicken, if that makes sense. You guys don't have to do it, but we like to trim it slightly. Just make sure that we get rid of all of that. There you go. Once that's done, we're going to move on to the next step. What we want to do, we want to take these chicken pieces, cut them in half, and then smash them. Don't smash them too much, just make sure it's nice and even. Then we're ready for the next step of this cook. What we want to do next is just cut your fillet of your chicken in half. So we're just going to do that. There you go, that's perfect. Try and stick to the middle of the chicken. Doesn't have to be perfect, just like that. There's another piece we can use. We're going to do that to all 4 of them. If it's not completely the same, don't stress too much about it. Remember, we're going to smash it with a hammer and we'll fix that just now. Next thing we're going to need is some clear wrap. So we're just going to put the clear wrap over the chicken and then smash it flat. Just try and make sure that they're more or less the same thickness right through. Then you want to take these chicken pieces, put them in a bowl, and we're going to introduce some beautiful flavors to it right now. We've got an orange here, we cut it in half. We're going to use the inside, basically the meat of the orange, and we're going to take the juice of that and introduce it to the chicken that we have here today. Now the skin, you want to try and keep that intact because I'm going to show you a little bit later. We are making our own rotisserie and we're going to need that. Right guys, we're using clean, clear film here today. What you need to do is, if you don't have a wooden spoon, you don't have to use it, but it definitely will help. Now the wooden spoon that we got here is quite thick here on the handle, so we went for a dowel stick. It's about, I would say, a 8mm dowel stick. So whatever you decide to do, just make sure that your wooden spoon can stick out on the outside on both sides. Remember, we're making a homemade rotisserie here today, so we're going to support it with some sticks or some forks, whatever you want to do at home. There's a different way to do that. We're going to make sure that they stick out on both sides of your spoon so you can rest it on those forks or that support. Right, without further ado, let's set this baby up. It's going to be beautiful. Let's do it. So basically what you want to do, you want to set up your chicken breast so it makes like a square. Remember, we're going to roll it. We're going to use this wooden spoon, and you want it to be more or less that length to make sure that it rolls in perfect square. Now's the time for your spice. Some chicken spice, any barbecue spice that you actually like, you can use. Or once Xman Co spice is on the roll and it's available for you guys, be sure to try that out. We're using a chicken sauce marinade. We really like this tangy sauce, so we're going to add a little bit of that. There you go. Then it's time for our ham. We're very generous with the ham. There you go. In our case, 4 pieces is perfect. Then guys, time for the mozzarella. You can slice the mozzarella. You could buy mozzarella that's already sliced. You can even go for a cheddar if you like. We like the pulling effect and the taste of the mozzarella, and therefore that's what we're using here today. Next thing you want to do guys is take your dowel stick or your wooden spoon and make a mark inside of your orange just to see the size of what you have to cut out, and sometimes you could even push it out like what we've done there, and that's perfect. Right, what we do to the one, we're going to do to the other. What you want to do is just gently use your cling wrap and go over like that. There you go. There you go. You're just using the cling wrap to turn this chicken into a beautiful roll. Obviously at this stage you want to make sure that your wooden spoon is nicely in the middle. The next step, guys, we need to get the bacon on the outside. That's going to protect the meat of the chicken and make sure it doesn't burn. So getting the bacon around this roll is really not easy. So there's a few ways you can do it. You can use some string, you can just put the bacon around, do whatever it takes to get this bad boy on the fire. It's going to be beautiful. All right, guys, there you have it. There's our beautiful rolled chicken wrapped in bacon. Now let's get this guy on the fire. We're going to work with an indirect heat today, so we're going to use baskets as well. Just make sure that this beautiful cut of meat does not burn. As you guys can see, we like to wrap this roll in string to make sure it stays intact, and you could try and do it a different way. You don't have to follow this completely, but we just want no surprises while we're cooking this chicken on the fire. So guys, we're using a system where we've got a pan like this and a top part like this, basically a tray. The bottom here we're going to add some water just to make sure that this whole cook stays moist. For extra flavor, some white wine. You can add any red wine vinegar. Any acidity would help and make this just beautiful. So next step is to get that tray on there. We're going to use some Chinese chopsticks here today to assist with our rotisserie, to hold it in place like that. As always, guys, I like to use a thermometer just to see what the internal temp of the Weber is while we're cooking this beautiful cut of meat. We're going to let this go for about 20 minutes and then we're going to turn our rotisserie 90 degrees and then give it another 20 minutes. At that stage, we'll see what to do next. I reckon it's going to take an hour 20 to do this whole cook. Right, guys, that moment, we've let this beautiful rolled chicken wrapped in bacon on the Weber for about an hour and 5 minutes. We've taken it off. We're going to let it rest for 10 minutes. While it rests, we're going to remove the butcher's twine, and boy oh boy, that's going to be the moment we're going to enjoy this beautiful chicken. It's rested for 10 minutes. It's time for us to dig in. I wonder if you guys can see there. Look at that. It's absolutely beautiful. So full of juices. You guys can see it's running at the bottom. Let's cut into this beautiful chicken roll. All right, straight down the middle. Oh, beautiful. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Isn't that magnificent? That right there, that's what we're after. Fantastic. Let's cut some more. There you have it. We need to taste this. This is going to be beautiful. Boys and girls, cheers. Wow. It's amazing. This is my next go-to dish. So easy, straightforward, a little bit tricky when you have to do the bacon part, but it's so worth it. Guys, you have to try this out. You know the story. If you like what you're doing, like, share, subscribe. Enable those notifications so you get notified as soon as we upload new video. Thanks for watching. We cannot do it without you. We'll see you on the next one. Shh.